Yep, there we are. See, oh no, I just lost them. I'm gonna go back up. The current is kind of pushing me down. So, oh my gosh, I just had another one. Oh my God, I lost them again. I forgot how many fish I've lost today. Oh God, another one. Oh, oh man. I'm gonna have to do a Bill Dance hook set. There we go. Even the Bill Dance hook set didn't work on that one. So now I cast about 5 feet up onto it. We're gonna just work it right over the edge. Should be getting thumped right there. Oh my gosh. I think I got a thump. There we are. There we are. Another trout, and I lost another one. So rod selection, guys. Rod selection is such a big deal for using lures, particularly soft plastics. This has been a very clear example of how an improperly selected rod can change the results. This is probably the most good fish that I've lost in a very long time. And it's the first, oh, I just got a bite. There we are. Oh, lost them again. This is crazy. And this is the first time I came out with all soft tip rods. All right, well, hope you enjoyed that footage. It sure was painful to see all those misses. I did have a great trip. I'll show some better footage at the end of some success, but just wanted to highlight the importance of rod selection, specifically when using soft plastic lures. The rod I was using in that video is actually a very nice rod. This is over $200, and it was a good example that the price you pay for a rod doesn't mean it's necessarily going to be the best rod for the type of fishing you're doing. So the problem in this instance is that this rod has a softer tip. You know, there's a lot of bend up on this tip, and what happens with soft plastics, if we're using a soft plastic jerkbait like this, where the hook is embedded in the lure, you have to have a good hook set, and it needs to happen quickly, because as soon as that fish feels tension, I have a lot of underwater footage of trout hitting lures, and as soon as they feel a little bit of tension, their mouth immediately goes open and they start doing some head shakes. And if you don't dig this hook point into that trout quickly, you're not going to get it. And you saw there, that footage was a prime example of what happens when you don't quickly get that hook set. And so what I'll do is I'll show you some rods that are better options, even though they're less expensive than this rod, right? For artificial lures. Because the problem that we have here is that these rods, I'll show two very different examples, is that these rods, there's not a standardized system for a rod's power and action. So power, in case you don't know, is how much force it takes to bend the rod, and then action is where on the rod does the bending take place. In general, fast action rod tips are best for weedless soft plastics. As far as the power rating, so here are two rods that I really like, and so I say it's almost like a field test you have to do. And as far as how different it can be is this top one. This is a G Loomis E6X. These are on the lighter spectrum as far as they're rated for a certain level, but it's actually much lighter compared to most others. So as far as the E6X, my favorite one is a 7.6 heavy power. So you can see this is a heavy power fast action rod, but in most other brands, a heavy rod is way too strong, way too powerful. And to show a different perspective is here's a TFO. I love this rod. This is around the $100 realm, and a solid rod, but in this one, it's the medium power. And so the crazy thing is that these two rods, even though their power ratings are way different, right? Heavy versus medium, they actually have the same feel. So this is two spectrums. In most cases, the medium heavy fast action rods are the ticket. So like this is an example of a medium heavy rod with fast action that's great for soft plastic. This is the bull-based Stealth Sniper. So if you see any of these rods in a store, you know, feel them, do the tip test where you kind of put the tip of the rod on the ground. You can feel how much power it takes. And if you do that and compare it to one of these St. Croix Avids, you're gonna noticeably feel that this Avid has a softer tip. And that softer tip, it's kind of slight, but that softer tip will definitely decrease the effectiveness when using soft plastic. So just wanted to highlight the importance of rod selection. It is a really big deal, especially when using artificial lures. And to help out with this, we got a rod deflection graph. We're gonna set that up, and what that does is we can actually put rods on a wall and then put weights on it, and we can show the actual deflection, so we can actually visually show the power and the action. So just know that's coming up. We're gonna get that going soon, and I'll show exactly how these measure so you can see visually much better on how this works. So for now, I just wanted to make sure you knew about it, because I do know a lot of people that get these rods. Again, they're excellent rods. They're great for jigs that aren't weedless, but for these softer rods, make sure to not try to use them for weedless soft blacks, just because you might end up losing a ton of really nice fish like I did that one trip. So to end on the good note, I'll end with the final fish I caught on that trip. This is a very fun exploration trip. I went to Bradenton, Florida, my first time ever fishing this area before, got into a great trout bite, and here's the final catch. Oh, got him. Oh, this might be a red here. No, another trout. These are some thick trout. All right, well, this is gonna be the last one. It's getting close to noon, so we're gonna have to head back. But man, what an awesome trip this has been. This is the cool thing about inshore fishing. You never really know how it's gonna go. And the cool thing is once you get dialed in the trends, you can have really good days in spots you've never been to before. I mentioned before, I literally have never fished this area. And so first time here, and the first time was a blast. Whoa, let's make sure this guy doesn't do anything he shouldn't. But for you insider members, right? I'll have the whole video of the pre-trip plan already filmed, and as soon as I get back, I'll do the post-trip analysis where show what worked, what didn't work, you know, where we were, and what the tide was doing, what the wind was doing, so that you can look for spots just like this near you. And so if you're not yet a member, highly recommend giving it a shot, right? We're an online fishing club. Look at the size of this trout. Oh, he just got me. He just got me. But we're an online fishing club, and we really focus on just helping you find the fish, right? Helping you find the fish. That way you can go out without needing live bait, right? For many years, I thought we had to have live bait to catch any decent fish, and you don't. This is a clear example that you don't need live bait. You don't even need to go back to the same spot a million times to figure it out. You can learn the trends. As I was saying, if you haven't yet tried the club, give it a shot. You have nothing to lose. As part of the club, we have online courses that'll set the foundation. We have 3 of our best online courses that'll set the foundation on finding spots, on positioning, and just all the rigging and stuff you need. And then every week we give you the best trends on what to do based on the feeding trends as well as the weather and the tides. So we make it all as easy as possible so you can go and have days just like this on your own without having to have, again, live bait. All you really need is a good rod, right? We show you how to get the right gear, the right lures, rig them the right way, and you can have an absolute ton of fun out there in the water. So thank you so much for your time and watching. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below. And if you're new to Salt Strong, just know that we're the best online fishing club for saltwater anglers, especially if you're interested in catching redfish, sea trout, snook, and flounder. There's nothing else like it. We actually guarantee you'll be catching more fish while saving time and money. To learn more, go to saltstrong.com. Otherwise, hope to see you again soon.